Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Name's John F. Kennedy, F for Fitzgerald, and I'm the President of the United States of America. I was born on May 29th, 1917, in Brookline, Massachusetts. But before I became the 35th President of the United States, I served in the US House of Representatives and the Senate before being elected in 1961. And as the President of the United States, everything wasn't hunky-dory. I faced many foreign crises, including the Cuban Missile Crisis and the Vietnam War, which many of our citizens opposed. In my election in 1961, I was the second youngest president elected in American history, only second to good old Theodore Roosevelt. But my greatest accomplishment in my tenure were obviously in foreign affairs. I capitalized the spirit of activism that I had hoped to ignite. In 1961, yes, my first year in the office, I created the Peace Corps by executive order. Oh, sorry, I got bored. Alright, back to business. Oh, it just got spooky in here. Well, if we're talking about spooky, we better talk about communism. In 1961, I created the Alliance for Progress to foster the greater economic ties with Latin America in hopes of alleviating the poverty and thwarting the spread of communism in the region. Oh God. Alright, we're back! Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Alright, what were we saying here? Okay, I'm gonna bring it back. Cuba. Cuba. Jet. I'm trying to work here. I'm sorry, John. Sorry about that, folks. She's crazy. So, anyways, in Cuba, April 15th, 1961. Bay of Pigs invasion. We're trying to overthrow Fidel Castro. Terrible guy, okay? And I'm sorry to say this, but this was an enormous failure. Did not succeed the slightest. During this Cuban Missile Crisis, we discovered that the Soviet Union had a nuclear arsenal stored in Cuba. 8 months later, in June 1963, I successfully negotiated the limited nuclear test ban with Great Britain and the Soviet Union to help ease the Cold War tensions. Alright, talked about some of the good stuff, some of the bad, but now he's even worse. One of the most contentious domestic issues of my presidency was the issue and the fight for civil rights. And why I said this was bad? I only offered little support for the civil rights movement. Nevertheless, in September 1962, I sent my brother, Attorney General Robert Kennedy, to Mississippi, and I used the National Guard and federal marshals to escort and defend civil rights activist James Meredith as he became the first black student to enroll at the University of Mississippi on October 1st. Now, my support caused a major uproar to powerful white men in America because they viewed African Americans and even women as inferior. Now, after Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous "I Had a Dream" speech, I sent a civil rights bill to Congress. This was one of the last acts of my presidency and my life.
Your car, Mr. Kennedy?
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Mrs. Kennedy? Mr. Kennedy? I'll take you to the other side. Don't worry about it. Come on, Mr. Kennedy. Let's go! Let's go! Go! Come on! Get in the car! We have places to be! Alright, cool. We're gonna go. Let's get out of here.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
JFK. I'm gonna hit a trick shot on him. 360 YY, no scope.
Mr. Kennedy! President, good job!
Well, that's all, folks. I had to get to a meeting. My life depends on it. Oh, and hey, if you're wondering about those rumors with Marilyn Monroe, they may or may not be true. Catch you later. Alright, anyways, back to Cuba. Cuba. Jackie! I'm trying to work here! I'm sorry! Ah. Alright, anyways, back to this. Cuba. Cuba.
That wasn't good. No.
Oh, come on! Okay, wait, did you get...
Now this caused an absolute uproar to people as they started to disagree with the things that I said, because at this time, white males